morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2014. You can follow us on Twitter at Catex TV. A lithium-ion battery that caught fire in a parked Boeing 787 Dreamliner at Boston's Logan International Airport back in 2013 had design flaws and should not have been certified by the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration. This is according to the National Transportation Safety Board in an accident investigation report released late yesterday. The NTSB said that the battery was manufactured by GS Yuasa Corporation, a Japanese company, said that it experienced an internal short circuit that led to thermal runaway of the cell. This caused flammable materials to be ejected outside the battery's case and resulted in a small fire. The agency said that they had found a number of design and manufacturing flaws that could have led to the short circuiting, including the presence of foreign debris and an inspection process that could not reliably detect defects. The Japanese company said they're looking at the report and they have no comment yet. No one was hurt in the fire, although the 787s were grounded until the lithium battery could be corrected. The FBI is warning businesses about a new hacking threat in the United States in the wake of a vast attack on Sony Pictures last week. The threat comes from the same type of malicious software that infected Sony's computer systems. As a result of the attack on the studio, Brad Pitt's new movie Fury and the remake of the musical Annie became available on illicit websites. Sony is exploring the possibility of a North Korean link to the hacking. This is because Sony is about to release a movie called The Interview, which is a comedy starring Seth Rogen and James Franco. The plot entails an attempted assassination of North Korean leader Kim Jong-Un. North Koreans have protested vigorously about the release of the film. Businesses were alerted about the new threat and what the hackers can do once inside the business's computers. The Costa Concordia is in the news today. The ground-up loss to the reinsurance treaty has increased by another $57 million to just under $1.5 billion. The increase that went up, that was posted yesterday, apparently relates to the cost of cleaning up mussels, marine animals, that were inadvertently brought ashore in the area where the vessel was wrecked by tug ships. So the tug ships towed the vessel to the breakup area, apparently bringing up mussels that were attached to the bottom of the ship that then spread to this area, which now have to be cleaned up. Including the $500 million loss, the Costa Concordia claim, the $500 million primary hull loss, the Costa Concordia claim now stands at $1.99 billion. It's the second largest claim ever to hit the marine market. Lebanese authorities have detained a wife, notice I said a wife, and son of the leader of the Islamic State group. They're being questioned in Lebanon. This would be the wife of ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. The two were apprehended with the assistance of foreign intelligence agencies. Of course, if the capturers were ISIS, they would be beheaded, but that will not happen. Sanctions imposed on Moscow over the Ukraine and current combination of low oil prices are going to send the Russian economy into a recession next year. This is according to a deputy economic minister in Moscow. They had forecast a growth rate of 1.2% for next year. Now they're saying there's going to be a decrease of 0.8%. And that's based on an $80 a barrel price of oil. Good luck with that. Oil and gas are Russia's main exports and the primary source of income. The big conglomerate based in Canada and Toronto, Fairfax Financial, that owns Odyssey Re, has agreed to a deal to buy the general insurance business of Malaysian carrier MCIS as it looks to expand its business into Southeast Asia. The company wrote more than $55 million in gross premiums last year on its general insurance book. There's a big storm hitting California right now. Hopes for a much-needed rain event there are combined with fears of mud flows as a result of the very dry conditions in the state and wildfires, which have denuded landscape, keeping topsoil in. Storm watches are posted for a large stretch of the Sierra Nevada area where a significant amount of the state's watershed is located. Just over the weekend, however, there was a mild storm that brought enough mud down onto the Pacific Coast Highway near Malibu as a result of a denuded section of the steep Santa Monica Mountains. Back-to-back storms will help some of the water issues, but it won't be enough. The Sierra snowpack, which counts for most of the state's water supply, is currently at 24% of normal for this time of year. And the British professor Stephen Hawking, one of the world's foremost scientists, has said that efforts to create thinking machines pose the gravest threat to mankind. He told the BBC that the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. His warning came to a response to a question about a revamp of the technology he uses to communicate, which involves a basic form of artificial intelligence. Hawking has the motor neuron disease, ALS, and he's using a new system developed by Intel to speak. Machine learning experts from the British company SwiftKey were involved in its creation. Their technology learns how the professor thinks and suggests the words he might want to use. Hawking says that primitive forms of artificial intelligence so far have proven very useful, but he fears the consequences of creating something that can match or surpass humans. He said it would take off on its own and redesign itself at an ever-increasing rate. Humans, who are limited by slow biological evolution, said Hawkins, couldn't compete and would be superseded. Others are less pessimistic. The founder of a company called Cleverbot, which markets technology that also produces artificial intelligence, says, "I believe we will remain in charge of the technology for a decently long time." He said that we are a long way off from having the computing power or developing the algorithms needed to achieve full artificial intelligence, but thinks it will come in the next few decades. The next few decades, it will come. An event that could, according to Stephen Hawking, supersede human intelligence, posing a threat to mankind. The next few decades. Another risk to be insured against. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.